Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, today I would like to continue my city exploration, so just walking around a little bit, look at stuff, talk to people, and I'm sure sooner or later we will stumble into some trouble again, but hopefully we can just, explore a little bit for now. For example, I would like to start here at the lodge, which is apparently the lodge of the Society of Brilliance, according to the signpost here.
These boots have seen everything.
So let's take a look at it.
Lodge of the Society of Brilliance.
Okay, so it is. Let me take a look at your mailbox. Peer review. We are pleased to inform you that your thesis on the study on the representation of deep gnomes in mid-century drow literature has been approved for publication pending the below changes. The Society of Brilliance. 36 pages of annotations follow. That's a lot of changes. But this does give me flashbacks to my own time at university. My major at university was Japanese studies, but I also had to take like 2 minors, so I took English studies because I figured, what the hell, I can speak English, how hard can it be? And general linguistics. And specifically, the English studies had a lot of these like courses that were extremely specific and very niche. And I was just like, what? Why? What am I supposed to do with that? Specifically like the literature courses, which is why at some point I mostly started to do the linguistic courses in English studies, since, it made sense. My other minor was linguistics, and those courses were usually a lot more technical and in-depth, so the ones in English studies seemed fairly easy compared to that. And at some point I really only did like very few literature courses. I did a few, there were some that were interesting. If the niche topic is your specific niche, obviously it's great, but there was a lot of stuff like, I don't know, short poetry by Irish immigrants in 19th century New York from a post-materialistic standpoint or stuff like that. I made that one up, but you get the idea. It was extremely niche, so I stuck to the linguistic courses like, Old English or the development of English orthography or stuff like that. That was more of my liking. But yeah, apparently this stuff happens here as well in Baldur's Gate. You're not wanted here. I don't know what you think gives you the right to set up shop in our fine city, but Baldur's Gate doesn't want you here. Go back to the Underdark or the Absolute or wherever it is you come from and stop bringing your mind flayer nonsense into our city. How rude. I guess not completely wrong, because Omelum was also a member, I think. So clearly they are studying mind flayer stuff. But he was friendly, so you shouldn't be afraid of him. Let's take a look inside. And let's talk to some people, like this guy, Dr. Moorcomb.
I should speak up.
Oh.
Well met. I am the Society's leading expert on myconid spore telepathy. But I've had to delay my experiments. Run out of spores, you see.
I see, yes.
I miss them, those myconid spores. Don't feel quite right without them. Probably shouldn't have inhaled them all so quickly.
I think you may have developed a habit, an addiction to mushrooms, and now you have withdrawal symptoms. I'm guessing the key over here is the thing that I just found, but apparently I would have to steal it, and at the moment I'm not even sure I'm going to need it, so I will just ignore that. Let's talk to this lady.
I'm I'm compiling a translation dictionary so warring species of the Underdark can understand each other. It's an essential step forward.
Well, I mean, that sounds interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to help, because people who speak the same language can still fight and fight wars against each other and have done so in the past, but I guess it can't hurt to have such a dictionary. You know, especially me as, like, the linguist, I certainly approve of that kind of studies. What do we got here? Havkalak's notes. All of my hypotheses are just that, theories and no more, unless I can test them under controlled conditions. I need a viable Githyanki egg. I must acquire one somehow, or Havkalak is not a serious researcher, just a mere intellectual dilettante. Right, that lady who was trying to get a Githyanki egg was also a member of the Society of Brilliance, or at least was working for them and trying to get an egg for them. I guess this is the guy who wants to have the egg. I remember.
In the back of the throat.
What else do we got here? A letter concerning Graven Hollow. Dearest Enrel, I think you knew this was coming. If you find this note, I've already gone. I tried everything you suggested, but the call of the Graven Hollow library grew too strong. I know you'll be angry with me, but I know that underneath that anger will be worry. So I'm writing to tell you, don't worry about me. I trust in the library to guide my way. After all, what better visitor can it have than one whose intent is pure as mine? And what are we if not explorers of the vast knowledge of the Underdark? Oh, how I wish I could have convinced you to come with me. But failing that, and know that I am fully intent on returning to you in one piece. I won't ask you to wait for me, I only carry the hope in my heart that you will. With all my love, Dunil. This guy talks about the library as if it's some sort of living, conscious being. Interesting. Okay. Anyone else we can talk to? We talked to this guy already. Oh, this is a guy who is looking for the egg, huh?
Ah, a surface dweller. You find yourself in the cradle of all knowledge relating to the Underdark. The Society of Brilliance. Tell me, what can the Society do for you?
I don't know. What can you do? Well, maybe give me some answers here. I met an expeditioner claiming to work for you. She thought a Githyanki egg, indeed. I carry an unhatched Githyanki egg. Would you be interested in studying it? I mean, we are not going to give him the egg, so let's not even go into that. I'd like to become a member. I met two of your researchers in the Underdark, Baldur and Omeluum, right. The Society of Brilliance looks like a library to me. Yeah, I don't know. Where do we even start? Yeah, let's talk maybe about Baldur and Omeluum.
A wonderful research partnership. I'm sure you'll agree. They are upstairs if you wish to share any theories with them.
They're here? That's nice. Yeah, this place does look like a library.
I assure you, we are as well provisioned an institution as any other you'll find in this city. We simply prefer to keep our wealth away from areas of study.
Okay.
One must stay humble in order to achieve true academic rigor.
If you say so. I'm not sure if I would like to be a member, but I guess I will ask it just out of curiosity.
A most intelligent impulse. But I'm afraid it simply isn't possible. New memberships are on hold for as long as those wretched absolutists are banging on the city gates. It does, however, give you plenty of time to prepare your admission thesis. A brisk 30,000 words should be more than sufficient.
Okay, yeah, I might not have the time for that at the moment. Else? So this will have to wait. Yeah, I'm not going to give him the egg, obviously, but I guess I can ask about the lady that we met.
Yes, dear Lady Esther, one of our most reliable contractors. Though unfortunately, this particular request was too much even for her. I don't suppose you've stumbled across any Githyanki eggs during your travels. The Society will compensate you for any we purchase, of course.
Of course you will.
Don't you dare consider it.
But the egg is not for sale, and the price you're offering isn't even that great. What are you going to do with it? Sell the egg? No thanks, I've grown quite attached to it. I mean, again, just out of curiosity, what are you going to do with it?
Study it, of course. The Githyanki have been a source of great debate in the Society circles in recent months. You are no doubt aware that citizens of the Underdark are held in great suspicion by those who live above ground. Many believe us to be evil. The Githyanki face similar prejudice, but I believe if hatched in a less violent, more intellectually stimulating environment, the child can overcome its evil predispositions.
Right. I mean, I'm not sure if the child has evil predispositions, but I do believe that the environment it will be raised in will affect the child's character in some way. I just think that your premise might be a little bit biased already, because you already assume that the child would be evil if it wasn't for your upbringing. So I think you might start your studies with, a faulty premise to begin with. What does this intellectually stimulating upbringing look like? So the child inside will be experimented on. You're letting your personal biases affect your method. Why assume the evil? Yes, just as I just mentioned, you start this study with a bias. A worthwhile aspiration, you're welcome to the egg. Yeah, don't you think maybe you might be a little bit biased here?
I assume nothing. Innate Githyanki cruelty is an established fact. No doubt you witnessed it yourself in the retrieval of the egg itself. When I have a suitable sample from my study, I will, however, prove that the effects of their biological inclination are reversible. Once out of the shell, I plan to take a twofold approach. The enforced repetition of sound, moral principle from the Paterian Code, alongside a series of psionic pulses administered to the cerebral tissue.
What?
Assuming I can accelerate its growth, I should have conclusive findings within a year or two at the most.
Okay, so you're not actually going to raise a child normally. You're going to do some weird experiments because you want to take a shortcut and get results faster, presumably. What's the Paterian Code? So you're planning to torture a child for a year. This experiment is exactly the kind of evil you're trying to disprove. That's a good point. You'd better get cracking then. Here's the egg. Not interested, the egg stays with me. What exactly is the Paterian Code?
A series of moral imperatives bestowed by the great dragon deity, Bahamut.
Okay.
In my years of study, they're the closest I've found to moral perfection. Only under such rigorous goodness will the subject stand a chance of being cured. My findings could change the perception of Githyanki and the peoples of the Underdark for generations to come.
Well, apparently your perfect moral code does not forbid experimenting on an innocent child, though, so I'm not convinced. And what if your experiment fails? No benefit could justify you inflicting such cruelty. Sounds pointless. Public opinion will hardly be swayed by such a small experiment. That's also pretty true. So, I don't think there is much benefit in this, especially if this actually does mean that you have to, mistreat or torture the Githyanki child.
Rigorous experimental methods demand we do not indulge our emotional responses in the application of discomfort to our subjects. Only by the full, uninhibited application of psionic stimuli will we have the true measure of whether the child's innate evil has been cured. Now, I'm eager to get started. So will you sell me the egg?
No.
A Gith hatchling is not a lab rat. This Skaketh should be bled dry for the mere suggestion.
I mean, like I said, the study is kind of faulty from the beginning because his premise is biased, and the perfect moral code that he wants to teach to the child via psionic methods also doesn't seem to prohibit the very evil thing he's trying to do at this moment. So I'm not sure what this is going to prove. So honestly, I'm just going to say no and let's be done with this. There's no benefit in discussing this any further.
Then I will source another subject, and the experiment will be completed without your involvement.
Well, good luck with that.
Progress may be delayed, but I assure you, it can never be stopped.
That might be so, but I can assure you getting such an egg is no easy task. Anyway, let's continue to look around here. I wonder if there's like a trader somewhere here, because I think I may have to sell some stuff.
A collection of Underdark delicacies, a salve for the homesick, and food for the intellectually curious.
Well, someone was pretty hungry here. Took a large bite out of this mushroom here. And I'm pretty sure this is a poisonous mushroom.
There's a distinct
Okay, we talked to this guy already, and all of this stuff is off limits. And we have seen these invasion plans all over the place. Oh hey, another stuffed bear.
A young cave bear, killed and stuffed before its teeth were fully grown.
Yeah, I think we have seen one of these before, apparently. This happens occasionally. Okay, I think we can go upstairs. Yep, let's do that. The lodge quarters. Okay, let's see. Anyone around here? Apparently not. But we might be able to look at this. A note of thanks. To our esteemed colleagues of the Society, your invitation to present our work at the lodge was gratefully received. A full response will be forthcoming once I have had the opportunity to consult with my colleague Nolo. In the meantime, please consider this note a tentative acceptance. With thanks for your interest, I look forward to speaking in person soon. Kind regards, Blurk. Yeah, where is Blurk and Nolo? I guess over here, maybe? Let's talk to this lady first. Professor Limeleech.
Once I publish my paper proving that it's just hyena mite infections that make Nolo so angry, I'll be famous.
Again, that sounds like a very interesting subject to study. And if you can prove that, then maybe you can cure it. And yeah, there he is, Blurk. Long time no see.
My surface-dwelling friend. How long has it been?
Very long.
I am glad to see you well. I see your tadpole remains in its state of suspension.
Indeed.
Your case has set us on quite the detour from our planned expedition work. We've thought about very little else.
Okay, and have you come to any new conclusions? Where is Nolo? Yeah, I would think that a place like this is not exactly safe for him. I thought you were conducting research in the Underdark. I've become quite the expert on my tadpole since we last met. Have you anything to trade? Okay, I hope I can ask all of it, but first of all, where is Nolo?
In the field seeking further subjects for study, though it has been gone for longer than I anticipated. After observing the nature of your tadpole's stasis, we felt it wise to report back to the Society.
All right.
Omeloum went out into the city to seek out further undeveloped infections like yours. But I have heard nothing since.
Oh.
I admit, I'm somewhat concerned. We are usually sticklers for updating one another on our progress.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to find a lot of these, because we are protected from further tadpole development by the prism. And I guess Gortash and his people also use the tadpole to control people, so they can kind of control when it actually starts to turn people, right? But yeah, maybe I can help you finding Omeloum. I'll track Omeloum down. Where was he headed? Perhaps Omeloum prefers to work alone given its connection to the subject matter. Have you anything to trade? Yeah, sure, I can try to look for Omeloum.
Omeloum believed the answer to this riddle lay within the city walls and held some connection to the cult of the Absolute. I had the distinct impression it was intentionally keeping its hypothesis from me, as though even the theory would be enough to put me in danger. Why that would be, I can only theorize myself. It is rather outside my area of expertise. Omeloum is most likely safe and well, and simply absorbed in its work. However, it would put my mind at rest to confirm it if you happen across its path.
Sure, I will look for Omeloum. I mean, at this point, I have certainly gained more insight into the tadpole and why it's doing what it's doing, so Omeloum might not be able to give me any new information, but it still would be a good idea to compare notes, and hopefully he's not in any problem. And yeah, sure, have you anything to trade?
Naturally. The Underdark provided us with some most unusual salvage. Plenty to keep an inquiring mind busy.
Well, let's see. Most of this is probably stuff that I sold to him. Yeah, this is all the kind of crap that I would normally sell when I need to get rid of stuff in my inventory. So I'm not sure this has anything that I really need at the moment. Instead, I will sell you more crap for your collection. Like, all of this can go away. And some of this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I mean, maybe I want to keep some of these outfits and put my companions into different, like, casual outfits. Never really tried that, so maybe they want to wear something different for a change. Okay, what about my companions? I think Jaheira in particular has a bunch of crap on her. Yep. Nope, nope, nope. Let's not misclick and sell stuff we don't want to sell. I might be able to sell some of this stuff. Certainly this one. Shelter of Athkatla. Yes, this can definitely go away. Not sure about this shield, to be honest. But I guess I'll keep it for now. And I think this is Minsk's standard armor. I don't know, maybe I will actually keep that one too. Alright, I think that's enough. But
It's
there were more
hard to
questions I could
explain.
ask the last time.
Your tadpole's stasis is a most curious area of study. I will have much to share with Omeloum upon its return.
Yeah, sadly, I can't ask the other questions anymore.
Of course. I should get back to my research.
So yeah, apparently that did give us another quest. Retrieve Omelome. We spoke to a hobgoblin called Blurg in the Society of Brilliance Lodge. His illicit companion Omelome is missing. We agreed to look for it. Okay, right, it. It actually is called it. Which is strange, but okay. The pronunciation of common for monstrous species. A guide for pedagogues. A guide for teachers on the most effective ways to teach the pronunciation of common to monstrous species. Contents. Introduction. A methodical approach to the acquisition of oral fluency. Chapter 1. Basic rules of phonics. Chapter 2. Vowels. Chapter 3. Combining consonants. Chapter 4. Practice exercises. Chapter 5. Further guidances. Chapter 6. Species-specific challenges. This looks like a book that I would be interested in reading. Sadly, I can't take it with me. What do we got here? On the origins of evil. Devils, demons, mind flayers, drow, githyanki. What do such creatures have in common? Conventional wisdom suggests that it is that quality we call evil. But how wise is this really? After all, scrape one layer beneath the surface and one finds that there are other common denominators, perhaps far more common to the individual experience than the ill-defined notion of evil. Sounds reasonable to me. The following pages seem to detail various arguments for the origins of evil, finding its roots in generational suffering, the gods, the self, and the environment, but settle on no firm conclusions. I mean, at least they're trying to look beyond the typical, well, these people, these races, species, whatever are evil, and they are looking for different answers, so I can appreciate that. And there's another specimen, but I already have more of these than I can use. A rich clock. I mean, I kind of would like to try to interact with it, but it seems to be forbidden. It's always hard to tell if this would actually cause a negative reaction. Like all these bookshelves are marked in red. But I still might be able to look inside and at least, read the books. You never know. A study of ores. I definitely can read this one. A curiously passionate collection of research notes about ores. Of most surprise to me is the above-grounder's enthusiasm for gold and silver. Such metals have neither a practical benefits of mithril, nor the astonishing properties of Hisakgur, and yet are coveted as if they were the output of Moradin's own forge. Either the above-grounders are deluded, or they're onto something. Only one way to find out. I have acquired some samples for testing. For now, these are stored in a private room, but should they prove to be as valuable as the denizens of the world above would have us think, I suppose I shall have to transfer them to an even more secure location. Yeah, I mean, gold and silver are mostly coveted because they're pretty and somewhat rare. That's good enough. That's good enough for above-worlders and surface dwellers, apparently. Yeah, it looks like I have looked at everything that I can legally look at here. So I will just move on. And this is just a balcony, I guess. Oh, we haven't talked to this guy yet. Delvaden.
So much Underdark strife comes from vying for scarce minerals. I seek to invent new, easier ways to find such ores. From plenty comes peace.
Okay, sounds reasonable to me. But it would also devalue all of these precious ores, and this might cause economical turbulences. But it might be worth it. Yeah, I guess I will leave for now. Maybe we can come back here at some point and look at some of the stuff that is off limits for now. But yeah, let's head out again. Let's take a look at the signpost.
Harbourview Park, generously maintained by the Janeth family since 1482 DR.
How generous indeed. And what's going on here?
Pantella's in a mood. Don't get in that fist way when she's in a mood.
Okay, I'm not trying to get in your way.
I swear, this fist is just trying to provoke me, but I'm not going to fall for it.
Even before they got those big metal bruisers, the fists were obnoxious. But now...
Okay, I guess I will just leave them be. Doesn't seem to be anything specific going on here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what we have over here. Oh, there seems to be rain here. And an autosave?
Oh, this one's corked.
That is an autosave.
What are you looking at? We're allowed breaks. Contract says so.
I'm not claiming anything else. I'm not here to tell you to not take a break. Ooh. Well, this is kind of interesting. Metal trunk. Yeah, I might be able to get into that trunk by shooting at, you know, the chain here, but then again, this might cause unwanted attention. Antinia the Goon. What kind of name is that?
Either watch or leave.
What do you mean? What's going on here?
It's not a lie.
Oh. Volo. What is happening, Volo?
You have done quite enough. Explain, Gadam.
Really? You're in trouble again?
Poisoned the very hearts and minds of these good, kind, gentle citizens with your lies, your delusions, your conspiracies.
I'm not sure. You don't look like a good, gentle citizen, to be honest.
We have seen beyond the veil. We see what you really are. Fearmonger.
What has he done? I mean, he's a bit annoying, but...
Attention seeker.
I kind of doubt that he's guilty of what you claim.
Your parasite stirs in recognition.
Oh.
This man is infected.
Okay, well, I guess that would explain a few things.
Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore. Today, we burn away all falsehoods. Today, we will be divided no longer, for today, we rise in truth.
So what are you trying to do here?
Stand there. Help me, goddammit!
Are you trying to blow him up?
Help me!
Of course we'll save you, Volo. I think this mob has made the rather silly mistake of taking you seriously.
Big mistake, indeed. Volo has done no harm. You, on the other hand, serve the absolute. Ready your weapon. What crime is this man guilty of? If he's guilty, where's the evidence? Where's the trial? This isn't justice, this is mob madness. Well, go on then, do whatever it is you're planning to do to him. I mean, on the one hand, I guess I would be interested in hearing what exactly he's supposed to have done. Then again, if this guy is tadpoled, then I don't think there's anything true to this anyway, so let's just cut the chase here.
What's this?
Cut to the chase
Another
here.
heretic in our midst? Another mind clouded by the disruptor's lies? Another soul to cleanse?
Well, you're welcome to try.
Well, we are nothing if not gracious. Let us see if we cannot lift the veil from their eyes too.
Uh-oh.
No, please. No.
Come on. Like I said, he's annoying, but you don't have to blow him up. Oh dear. Apparently they already set the cart on fire. And yeah, this is a lot of smoke powder. Okay, so we need to put out the fire and help Volo. Can't reach destination. Okay, but it looks like I can like free him if I get close enough. So someone has to quickly head over to Volo and hopefully get him off that rail cart before it blows up. Okay, so Artemis can start, and we have a few people who have like Misty Step, so they can quickly head over and
no matter what you heard,
deal with Volo. So maybe Artemis can start with these guys here. It looks like this over here is the ringleader, so I will start with him. And maybe we can cause some collateral damage as well with some ice. Well, this did have the collateral damage of putting out the fire, but the rail cart is still on fire, so it didn't help in that regard. But either way, I will just continue with this guy. I mean, he's almost dead already, so let's just finish him off. You had a very big mouth and not much behind it, clearly. And yes, we can actually use Boo now. I don't know, can you get up here and bite this guy? I guess you will have to do this next turn. Then again, there's someone over here. Maybe you can just attack them. Yes, you should do that. Okay, well, that didn't work. I also might be able to just send over my Raven to help Volo. I mean, Corvus can also use help, so he might be able to do that. But first, it's going to be Lazelle's turn. Okay, you should just go for this person over here, I suppose. Yeah, let's use Lacerate. And we'll just keep hitting her. Alright. And I think someone else can finish off. And now I'm going to put you closer to Volo. So you should be able to help him in your next turn. I hope that the rail cart will survive until then. Okay, you can just go and attack this guy. Very nice. Why did you do that? That was pointless. Well, I suppose it avoided an opportunity attack. Okay, you can continue over here. And maybe even finish her off. Yep, there we go. That's another one down.
Same old song.
Okay, Jaheira. I'm going to make you miss this step up here. And now you can throw some spells at these guys. I mean, this should hit all three of them, right? Let's try it. Okay, very nice. Okay, he's still doing fine. So I think Lizelle should be able to help him next turn. Okay, you can go for this guy, and I suppose I will start to use some of these special attacks here. Sweeping attack, this is for like more than one enemy, I think. Menacing attack. But let's use it in melee. Okay, frightened, very nice. Yeah, Minsk odds aren't great, so I wonder if I can do anything about that. And compared to like Lizelle, his damage isn't that great either, so maybe I can give him like a different weapon or something. Either way, I think that's enough for now. I guess I will try this one. Precision attack. This is for like the next attack though, right? Should increase your odds, I guess. Okay, and you can just go after, I don't know, this person. And I think just a few standard attacks will be good enough. Okay, nice. And you can also attack this guy. Okay, that actually was some pretty decent damage. And you missed. Okay, you can go after this one as well.
Swift and lethal.
And yes, I will just send you over here. I mean, this will provoke an attack, but I think Lizelle can deal with that. Let's make sure that he's not going to blow up. Target is too far though. I mean, I can use an action search. I'm going to move you as close as I can, so you should be able to help him next turn. Also, I'm not sure if the car is still on fire. It looks like the fire actually is extinguished, so hopefully he's not going to blow up. But just to be on the safe side, we should definitely free him next turn. And I guess you can go after him as well. Very nice.
Red in tooth and claw.
And you will just attack these guys over here. And one of them is just completely burned up. Nice. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do. Yeah, I'm just going to leave her up here for now. Good work. I don't know how that happened to you, but that was kind of funny.
Has dined on godflesh. You are but a tiny crumb.
Okay, let's try another one of these. How about a menacing attack ranged on her over here? Okay, very nice. And yeah, range attacks are not his best side, clearly. But you might be able to just finish her off now. Yep, there we go. And we still have someone over here. Yeah, maybe I should make sure that this guy is dead before we free Volo. I don't want him to kill Volo. There's one over here that I almost completely missed. So I guess I will send Boo in their general direction. There we go. And the same for you.
I will ascend.
Yeah, maybe we should make sure to kill this guy first. And another hit. And I guess I'm going to use my action surge here. To make sure he's fully dead. There we go. Of course, I don't have enough actions to actually free him, but it looks like the fire has been extinguished, so we should be good. And yeah, not much else that she can do here, because this guy is out of range. You failed the shove against Boo. How did you manage to do that? Also interesting that the Steel Watchers don't seem to care about what's going on here. This time apparently they don't think they need to intervene.
I think I could go another round.
Let's send more lightning in your direction. And I guess I will make you come down again.
Enough circling.
Okay, so
So die in silence, evil!
I guess I will use another menacing attack. Those seem to work pretty well. If you don't miss, that is. Alright. And now Artemis can hopefully deal some good damage here. Nice. Okay, yeah, this guy should be dead soon. Boo can help as well. And so can you.
Time to strike.
Okay, and you should definitely help Volo now. Okay, he's free and free to go, but I think he was not in any danger anymore. Either way, Lae'zel can just come and help us now, I suppose. Why do these guys always keep trying to shove my summons? That's ridiculous.
This is the easy part.
Okay, I think we can just use a normal attack here. There we go. And yeah, Volo seems to be safe. I guess I will go and talk to him, but that can wait until the next episode. I do want to pick up some loot here. And oh, we got another sigil here. That's nice. But yeah, looks like we saved Volo another time. And we will maybe ask him what got him into this trouble next time. But for now, let's call it a day as always. Thank you for watching and see you again next time.